So here we have a 2016 Mercedes AMG A45. It's got a brand new electronic 7-speed DCT automatic, and I'm going to use it to demonstrate a safety feature. So it's locked at the moment, proximity locking. I can just open the door, and before we get in, because it's a keyless car, here is the engine stop-start button, and there's the two pedals as you'd expect. So I get in, seatbelt on. Now if I attempt to start the car, this is what happens. Not a whole lot. That's because my foot's not on the brake, so the car won't start. Most cars will tell you that you shouldn't do this, but Mercedes doesn't. You just have to figure out you should put your foot on the brake. And the radio started up. Didn't need that. Fortunately, there is a mute switch here. And what I like about this particular car, there's also one over here for the passenger. That aside. Anyway, back on with the safety demonstration. So, we're in the car, the park brake is on, as you can see there on the left hand side, and the car is in park over here. Now this is a new type of electronic shifter. It has the standard PRNDS everybody's familiar with, but the shifter always returns to the centre. There's no real muscle memory when you're operating it. So it's in park at the moment. If I put it into reverse, it goes back to centre. Drive, goes back to centre. Neutral, still in centre. Park, one press to park, still in the centre. So you can't feel or see where the gear shift is when it's in different modes. Now that can lead, as has been the case recently, to people thinking that the car is in a certain mode, say park, when in fact it's in drive. Obviously this can happen with any type of shifter, manual car, automatic, but it's a more sort of prevalent problem with these cars because that shifter looks exactly the same no matter what mode the car is in. Fortunately, however, Mercedes have thought about this a little bit, and I'm going to demonstrate what happens in a situation when the car actually is in drive and you try and get out of it. So we have the car with the park brake on. It's in park at the moment. Let's put it into drive, and my seatbelt's on. Now, because it's an electronic park brake, I don't really need to release it. I can just take my foot off the brake, slightly apply the accelerator, and off we go. Now we're moving at the moment, and if I open the door, very abrupt stop as you can see, and look at that, the car's stopped and it's put itself into park. Now I didn't do that, the car did that all by itself. See, door's open. Alright, now I'll try that again, except this time I'm going to release the seatbelt. There it goes, you can see the seatbelt warning light come on. Put the car back into drive. And let's try. So we're driving along, we come to a stop, and we're just about to leap out, so we go open the door like so. Did you hear that? On goes the park brake, car has put itself in drive. Clever car. And that also works when we go into reverse as well. So put the car into reverse. Just to be different, I'm going to manually take the park brake off. Okay, we are going to go backwards now, as you can see from the reversing camera. Backwards we go. Open the door. There's the door open. Car has put the park brake on automatically. Car has put itself in park. Clever car. Now, we have to stress that this is not the correct way to drive a car. It's not good for the car. You can feel, well I couldn't feel, but I could certainly feel how abruptly it stopped. You should bring a car to a halt normally with the brake, apply the park brake and put the transmission into park. That hasn't changed and won't change for a while. However, it is useful to have this sort of safety device because we all do make mistakes from time to time, and it's good to see Mercedes building this sort of thing into their vehicles. Now a couple of other points on the transmission whilst we're here. So if I put it into drive now, there is no way on this transmission to actually change gears. You've got drive and that's it. If you want to change gears yourself, you have to use these paddle shifters. One on the left for down, click that. One on the right for up, click that one. And the happy thing about these paddle shifts is that no matter what manufacturer, it's always right for up and always left for down. It's not like when we had to change gears using these shifters, and sometimes it was forwards for down, forwards for back, or left and right depending on what type of car it was. That's standardized. So the way those work is that you're driving along, just put it back into drive, and if you want to take control of the gears manually, you can do that. All you need to do is just click either the left or the right shifter. So let's just do the right one for up, and you can see that I've now got manual control of the gears. If I don't do anything for 4 or 5 seconds, then it will revert back to drive and we can just carry on. Or if I continue changing gears, it will let me manually select gears as long as I want to. If I want to continue changing gears but not have the car revert back into automatic mode, I need to press this button here, and you can see that there's an M there for manual mode, saying okay, you have control of the gears now. Click it on, click it off, like so. Now the manual mode isn't a complete manual mode because the car won't let you do something silly. It won't let you over rev. Most cars will, once you get to the red line, automatically change up. This car will do that in some modes. In race mode it doesn't. You have to change gear manually, there are limits as to what gears you can choose when. So these transmissions are very much the way of the future. They are easier to use, they're safe, they're electronic so that they can be used for things like automatic parking, but because you're no longer shifting the gear to a different physical location of different modes, then you do stand the risk of accidentally not selecting the mode that you think you would. But as we see, Mercedes have that covered.